Gotta give me one of those, I don't know, forehead mounts or something. Head mounts. Anyways, you get the idea. I'm just screwing these screws in. I need a better way of showing this, so I think I do actually have one of those mounts. I just have to bring it out so that way I can actually show what I'm doing if I don't have a place to put a GoPro. So have to unfortunately give a little bit of an update on the pond, and got some plants, and a couple days ago there was actually some fish. Unfortunately, the fish got added immediately the day after I shocked the pond, and so I had no idea that the fish were gonna get added. And you know, I typically with a pond, you gotta first establish it, make sure it's stable, and make sure, you know, all the pH, vegetation, all that stuff is right where you want it before you incorporate fish. But unfortunately, the koi fish that were procured for the pond did not make it, and so that's why there is no koi fish in here today. So obviously the water is a lot clearer than it was, so between shocking it, and I think they diluted it quite a bit to try to save the fish before they weren't able to be saved. So we got some vegetation here, which is great, and I will probably pick up some of the, you know, all natural fish friendly pond clear stuff, which helps to incorporate the right kind of microbiology, microorganisms in here, and also keep, you know, algae down. So it's on its way there, but it will take some time, and that's really all I can say about that. It's just, it's a full ecosystem, you know, that you're trying to establish. And if you're trying to go to the natural way to support aquatic life, plant life, all of that, then it's a science. It really is. But so unfortunately, you know, the first round of fish didn't go so great, but hopefully down the line, when the next time they try, things will be ready and will do okay. But so we will keep an eye on this, make sure the water is where it needs to be, and that's really all you can do in those situations. So I'm gonna pan over here. So I've been obviously working on these stools, bar stools, and I've got the last one, and we will finish them out over here. So I'm gonna go bring that other one and screw these planks in, and then do the final kind of support bracket in the back there, and then the final plank. And as far as finishing these things out, I think I'm going to use my router that I just picked up and chamfer the edges, just to take some of the sharp edges out, so it's a little bit more user friendly. And as far as that, you know, I probably will keep them looking kind of rough because they are reclaimed bar stools, you know, so we're gonna roll with that theme. We're not gonna make them, you know, by any means perfect. You could probably spend hours and hours on each one of these bar stools to get it absolutely perfect. You know, but it just depends on you know, the time you have, budget, you know, who the client is, what they're going to pay you to do, and all that stuff. So this is really just finishing this whole structure, and this is really the last final piece for that. So on the last one, let's wrap this up. Well, and there you got it. So I'm all done with these 5 Barstools chairs, what have you. And perfect, you know, I thought maybe I was gonna need to do 4 on this side, but that's kind of the perfect spacing. So 5 total. And of course you probably saw all of the mess trying to chamfer these edges, which that was a messy job. But these things are all done. So one more thing that is off the list that is checked off. And as I move on to the next thing, just about coming up on the end of the day. It is Friday. I don't even know what day it is, but it is Friday of Memorial Day weekend. So we are heading towards the finish line, heading towards the main event. And I'm very happy and glad with how these have come out. You know, they kind of fit perfectly with everything else in this space. You know, they are by no means perfect. They are rough, but everything is reclaimed. Everything is at least 5 years old, and it's got character, or that's what at least I'm gonna call them. Of course, you could buy everything new, straight, get everything looking super good. I might do that if I decide to start selling them, something like that, but they will do what they were intended to do here. And they're actually pretty nice. I made them so that there would be plenty of room, however big you are, you know, whatever size you are, you know. And they are basically 23 inches wide, and I believe about 18 or 20 inches, you know, long. And so when you sit on them, you know, I'm pretty big. I'm probably at least about 250 pounds, and you know, it works good. Got back support. You know, you probably don't want to. They'd be fun, I think, for however long people might decide to sit out here. You know, you're probably not going to fall asleep unless you lean back, something like this. You know, maybe not, since you don't have head support or anything, but they do the job as you wait here for your beverage or a talk or whatever this space is going to get used for. So I think I can finally actually officially say that the Carver's poolside Oasis, at least as far as I'm concerned, is 100% done. And it only took about 10 months. No, I mean, this all came about because of Juneteenth last year, where if you came to the Carver's festivities, Juneteenth 2022, you knew that we had a temporary beverage station right here in this very spot. So that kind of gave me the idea, and it kind of was mentioned to me last year, but you know, obviously you can see how long something like this took. Of course, there's a lot of, you know, things that had to, supplies and all that, and so it takes time. But so something like this was not going to be possible in, you know, a week or two, at least not as a one-man crew, and not as a part-timer too. But so it took 10 months or so of part-time work here and there, a little bit by little, but it will be ready for, and well, it's already done. It's all done and ready for Juneteenth programming 2023, and so 2022 with that temporary beverage station here, and knowing that I had enough materials left over from the Box Bazaar project. I had so much 2x8 material that I was able to mill it down to 2x6 material. I mean, I guess I could have framed it all 2x8, which would would have been super big and beefy, and but I probably would have had to build it a little bit bigger. But so I'm glad I went with what I went with, learned a lot along the way, and you know, I think it would be fun to do another bar, whatever you want to call this place, at some point, maybe my own or something like that, or for somebody else. But so hopefully the next time, well, I think by the time people see this video, it's probably going to be 2024, maybe even 2025, who knows. But all that to say is that this place will be open in just a couple weeks, and I'm really looking forward to see what everybody has to say about it. So this was a long project that is now in the books. And funny enough, one thing that I ended up finding today, because I was going through so much 2x4 material to finish those stools, was the other signature piece that the carpenters from the Box Bazaar left. And I probably mentioned it in that video or showed this, and so I've had this one here for a while, but I was able to find the 2x4 that had Ponce, whatever that means. Maybe it's a name, 2009 PR, more than likely Puerto Rico. So shout out to that crew, wherever you guys or y'all are at, guys and girls are at. And so you are still here with all the material that you guys turned into a deck, and so we've got your signature pieces here. So it would be crazy if they're still out framing, working on stuff here in Austin. Maybe not, but wanted to show them love and keep their building marks incorporated into this space. And I mean, this is what it's all about, just being able to look out covered. You got lighting, you got misters, you know, so this is really going to be a fun spot, hopefully, for a lot of people. So I'm just about to start cleaning things up and call it a day, call it a week. And it was a interesting week, but things got done, and more things will get done next week. So this is me signing off on Friday of Memorial Day weekend. Let's get out of here.